Tingles with flyby. Hello and welcome back to Tingledom Catering. How has your week been? Oh, that's lovely to hear. So I just want to give you a little rundown on how today is going to work. So what we'll do is I'll just bring out each kind of section of food to you at once. You do have a little card. Feel free to take some notes there about what you like, what you don't like, all of that, but we'll go through the entire menu. So I'll bring out each course by course by course and tell you obviously what everything is. And then at the end, we'll discuss what you liked, what you didn't like, and then come up with a kind of draft menu. Obviously, you can change anything up to a week before the wedding, but we like to just kind of get it, pretty much nailed down and then just make any changes if you want to from there. Okay? Well, then if you're ready, let's go ahead and we'll get started. I'll just go and grab your cocktail hour foods, and those will be right out. And here we have your cocktail hour foods. Over here you have the 2 varieties of tea sandwiches. This is the chicken salad with the walnuts, your cucumber sandwich. We have deviled eggs. This is that braised beef crostini. This beef is so tender and just has a nice earthiness to it, and the juice kind of soaks into the crostini. Very scrumptious. Here we have a stuffed mushroom that has cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, sausage, and then bits of the mushroom inside. That's all baked and utterly delicious. Here's your bruschetta. We use a variety of tomatoes in that, a delicious balsamic vinegar, and fresh basil. There's a little bit of oil as well, just gives it that little extra that you always kind of want. Here we have a delicious chicken skewer, just cooked to absolute perfection, and just has a very delightful taste. Now over here is the vegetable tray that we have. Obviously this is just a selection. We can also add in things like broccoli, cauliflower, that sort of thing, but it's really for you to test out the ranch dip to make sure you're happy with the ranch dip. But here obviously we have capsicum, carrots, tomatoes, and these kind of fancy cucumbers because they have the little edges. Also have these fruit skewers. So I know we had discussed potentially having fruit platters, but I just wanted to show you, this is something we've just started doing, is these fruit skewers. So you kind of get them in a variety, so you can just, pick them up and eat them off one piece by one piece like that. So it's just a little bit fun and an easy way to kind of, hold them as people are walking around during your cocktail hour, and those can actually still be put on the trays that your servers will be carrying around. So just depending on how you want to do it. But we can just put it on the same table that you would have your vegetable platters at as well. Just have a fruit platter and a vegetable platter. Or we can put the skewers on the table as well. All just depends on what you want to do. Obviously all about you. So go ahead and dig in. have a try of everything, see what you think, and obviously just take some notes on your card. And I will be back with the soup course. You ready for your soup course? Okay. Well, here's your little soup board. This has the 4 soups, and then of course a nice little bread roll and some butter. Because I know sometimes the most important thing is how well does your soup sop up the bread. So these are the 4 soups that you selected. Here is our chicken noodle soup. It has fresh spring onions, carrots, these delightful little bow tie noodles. You can opt for whatever shape of noodles you want. Yeah, we just have a wedding coming up that's using bow ties, so that's why we've got that for this one. And then obviously nice grilled chicken is sprinkled on top. Yeah, we find that gives it a bit better texture if you have the grilled chicken and then put it on top. Then it doesn't kind of go mushy and get overcooked. Over here, is one of my absolute favorites. This is our 3 mushroom cream soup. It's so creamy but earthy. It's got 3 lovely mushrooms, button mushrooms, Swiss brown, and portobello mushrooms. Yeah, so they're all sauteed first. And then we mix them in with the cream and the butter and the stock and all the other ingredients to make this beautiful creamy soup. I would give my firstborn for that soup. It's just so good. Right here we have the cheddar broccoli soup. This uses a Wisconsin cheddar, field fresh broccoli, and then it's a nice cream base as well. It's a very broccoli heavy soup, so if you really like it to be chock full of veggies, this is a really good option, but it's also very creamy as well. The final soup we have is this just delicious tomato soup with obviously a little garnish of cream on the top. When you mix it in, it's so creamy and delicious. Oh, no. No, this is made from farm fresh field tomatoes. It's actually, even though the color looks quite red, it does come from yellow, orange, red, and black Russian tomatoes. So it's actually a really nice mixture. It gives it a very robust flavor profile. Oh, it's very delicious, and then that creaminess of the cream just, brings it all together. So, enjoy your soups. Yeah, I always recommend having a soup at a wedding. It's just a good way to kind of clear the palate and everything like that. Just a little teaser for the meal ahead. So, I'd recommend choosing one of these 4. These are 4 very excellent options that you've chosen to try. Okay. So here is your salad course. We have 2 very simple salads. This is a delightful light tomato and cucumber salad. Just has farm fresh tomatoes, our fancy cut cucumbers, and just a light smattering of our aged red wine vinegar, with of course a sprinkling of sea salt. Over here is just our house greens. These are just a really nice selection of very fresh greens. Shaved Parmesan on top, and a light drizzling of balsamic vinegar. Our heavier salad that we have here is this chicken, halloumi, and apple salad. This is just a beautiful piece of grilled chicken breast. Just a really nice, juicy piece. Then we have fried halloumi underneath and little wedges of Granny Smith apple on top of our field greens. The dressing on this salad is a native native pepperberry dressing. It's very delicious. It has, just a little bit of spice, just like black pepper, nothing like chilies or anything like that. So just a little bit of spice, but gives it a nice Australian flavor because it has the pepperberry in there. So go ahead and try those out. See which one you want, or if you want a salad course at all. So then I will be back with the mains. You ready to try your mains? Okay. We have your 4 mains here. Here we have a steak, very tender and juicy, cooked medium rare. When we do this, you can see on your table there we have a few different sauces, but obviously it's wonderful just on its own as well. In the middle here we have the spinach and cheese ravioli. These are handmade by us, fresh spinach inside and ricotta cheese. Very delicious. And we can serve those either with a marinara sauce, an Alfredo, or a pesto sauce, if you do opt for that. Over here is our absolutely delicious beef medallions. These are tender and juicy, just the tenderest cut of meat, and they're smothered with this delicious mango chutney. Really offsets that deep flavor of the beef, just a little bit of sweetness, and it's a delicious combination. The final main that we have here is our balsamic chicken. This also has rosemary in it. It's sweetened with our local honey that we get from a local supplier around here. It's absolutely delicious, and just that hint of balsamic in there, it really brings out the flavor of this amazing, amazing chicken. So go ahead, try those out, and then I'll bring over your sides. And here we have your side dishes. You have your sauteed mushrooms, the Brussels sprouts, baked carrots. These have just a hint of red wine vinegar in there. The Cajun blackened black beans. Of course, these Brussels sprouts that I mentioned are cooked in basic grease, bacon grease, and you can see little bits of bacon bits as well in there. They've also got a bit of chicken stock in them, so they are definitely not vegetarian friendly. We have our garlic mashed potatoes. These are kind of a nice stiff consistency, very lovely. These go really well with the mango beef medallions. Absolutely scrumptious with that. These are the roast potatoes, complement really well the balsamic chicken, because you can actually get a little balsamic gravy and smother that over those, but you can also do it on the mashed potatoes as well. So go ahead, have a try of those, take any notes on your cards, and see what you think. And here are your desserts. Have your beautiful dark chocolate mousse. It's dark chocolate, all dark, and nothing but dark, as you requested, except with a little strawberry. Have a trio of sorbets here. These are a little different than the ones you requested, just we make a full batch, obviously, for your wedding. But the mini batch, we can't really make a little mini batch. So we've got the lemon, the pina colada, and then a chocolate and coconut one. That one's being used at a wedding this weekend. And if you noticed, I couldn't really bear to give you guys small portions on your desserts, so you have a full-sized brownie with, except on the sorbet, because I felt bad that they're a little different, so made the other ones bigger. So you have a full-sized brownie with a nice scoop of ice cream. Now, you do have options when you get this served at your wedding if you want any fudge sauce or anything like that, but I always just love the ice cream and the brownie on its own. This brownie is cooked with cocoa from, it's called Wild Cocoa. Yeah, they're a really cool company, so it's a little bit of a different cocoa flavor than maybe you're used to. But I think you'll really, really like it. It has a sophisticated edge to it, so I think you'll enjoy that. So, go ahead, indulge, have lots of enjoyment on this, your final course, and then when you're done, we'll come back and discuss your final menu, okay? So, how was everything? Well, that's always good to hear. Like to make your decisions difficult to make. So why don't we go through, and I'll just circle the ones that you want to decide for, okay? So yeah, cocktail hour, usually I do recommend about 5. Obviously we didn't have the ham and Swiss sandwiches. So you had the tomato basil bruschetta. That's a definite yes. Okay, circle that one. The braised beef crostini. Okay. Stuffed mushrooms. Okay, yeah, so we'll keep them in mind. The deviled eggs. Maybe it'll be easier. Is there anything that we can cross off? Because we had the tea sandwiches, chicken skewers, vegetable tray, fruit platters, or, the fruit skewers. Probably no to the tea sandwiches. Okay. Yeah, it's always a particular type of event that wants those. So that leaves you stuffed mushroom, deviled eggs, chicken skewers, vegetable tray, fresh fruit platter. Okay, so you definitely want to go with the vegetable tray and fresh fruit platter or skewers. And do you want those to be served on trays? Okay, so you want the skewers. Yeah, I thought those are fun. We're allowed to use Pinterest as well here. Okay, but on table. So you'll just have 3 going around on the trays. Okay. So that'll be the bruschetta, the crostini. So you have vegetables and fruit. So do you want to narrow it down between? I mean, nobody's saying you can't have... Okay, you really want both of them? Okay. Yeah, well, there's a little bit with the kind of cocktail hour stuff, it's a little bit more latitude. Yeah, so soup, we usually recommend one soup. Yeah. No, I know the spring onions in there are really good, aren't they? I do love the chicken noodle. But, you know, depending on what you want to do with the rest of your menu. Thinking the cheddar broccoli? Okay. Go with that. And then the salad. Did you want to go tomato and cucumber, the greens with shaved parmesan, or the chicken apple halloumi with that delicious pepperberry dressing? Or, yeah, you can't go past it, can you? It's so good. And I mean, this is a day to really live it up, isn't it? Okay, now we usually recommend for your main dishes to do 2 options. So that your guests can choose usually between one. We wouldn't usually recommend choosing between steak and beef medallions. That doesn't really give them a lot of choice. But you did want to go. Okay, you want to go with the beef medallions, and then the balsamic chicken. Okay. So we'll go those 2. And then this is just like a vegetarian option, just kind of often, yeah. Oh, must have got something that's stuck there. I was bringing your food out. So this will be a veg option, because I think, yeah, only 1 or 2 guests, right? Okay, yeah. So we can just make up a special meal there, that's not an issue. Okay. Well, so with these, usually, so you've got a couple potato options. Hard to say, I think the mashed potatoes, that garlic mashed potatoes go so well with the mango chutney. But the balsamic chicken, I think roasted potatoes goes better, but yeah, it's usually easier for simplicity's sake to have the sides be the same. And I'd usually recommend 3. Maybe we'll come to potatoes last then. Okay, so you definitely want the Brussels sprouts. I know those are good, aren't they? I told you. I told you they're good. And the baked carrots, okay. Yeah, no, those are definitely yummy. Yeah, and those will go nicely with either. Well, see, yeah, no, I think the balsamic chicken, the gravy that we can get going with that, I think that would go really well with the mashed potatoes as well. Whereas the mango chutney with the roasted potatoes, the rosemary, probably not quite as well. So, you happy to go mashed potatoes? Okay. Yeah, no, the sauce, if you want it, just pull your friend aside, the one who's vegetarian or a couple, just ask them what sauce they want. We'll bring some along. We always have a bit of extra for, you know, other weddings that we've made and that sort of thing, so that's not an issue. So dessert, obviously no pressure at all to choose a dessert if you do want to go with a cake, but you have to have the brownies, okay. Yeah, we could definitely do that. It's really nice. And then you also have, you know, ice cream there if you want to have that with your cake as well, but it's a lovely combination. I know we had the strawberry on the mousse, but we can also put like strawberries with that as well, or a single strawberry garnish. Makes it look really classy. Yeah. Okay. Do that plus strawberry. Okay, so let me write that down here. I get the full menu. And I'll have Flyby email this to you as well. Basil, bruschetta. So, oh yeah, you ended up with 6, didn't you? I was like, that's a lot. The stuffed mushrooms. Well, yeah, no, that's right. We can just do a little bit less quantity. Don't want to overstuff people because you're going to have delicious other food in there. And then veggie platter, fruit, skewers. Do you have a preference on the fruits, or you want us to just kind of choose the freshest fruit we have on the day? Yep, on a table. So these are going to be on table. No, yeah, Flyby will want me to send this through so she can get all your flowers arranged and everything like that. So that, well, she knows what she needs. Okay, so the cheddar broccoli for the soup. And then chicken, apple, halloumi on the salad, balsamic chicken, and beef medallions. Mango chutney. Sides, we're going bacon, grease, Brussels sprouts, the baked carrots, and the garlic mashed. Yeah, now we'll definitely have a do you want this font, or do you have a particular font that you're using for your wedding? I can discuss that with Flyby if you don't have. Okay, so we want plus menu printed and okay. Yeah, I'll have her give you the numbers closer to the date once you've gotten all your things back. So, yeah, so I recommend then in the invitations, just put, chicken or beef, or balsamic chicken or beef medallions. Yeah, so that they can choose and so we can get numbers ahead of the day. Oh, so here's what I was looking at. So this is the menu we have for you. So in your cocktail hour, we'll have tomato, basil, bruschetta, braised beef crostini, stuffed mushrooms, deviled eggs. On a table, at a serving table, we'll have veggie platter and fruit skewers. We'll have the cheddar broccoli soup as the first course, followed by our salad course with the chicken, apple, and halloumi with that delicious pepper berries dressing. Your guests will have 2 options for their main dishes, balsamic chicken or the beef medallions with mango chutney. Side dishes will be the bacon greased Brussels sprouts, baked carrots, and garlic mashed potatoes. And then your final dessert course will be the brownie a la mode. And we will print this menu out for you in this font. Has a little placeholder on each place at the table. Okay, well, I think we've really gotten somewhere from the beginning of our first meeting. Now, as I reminded you at our first meeting, you can completely change anything on the menu up to a week before. If you need to have any emergency tastings, you decide you suddenly want to go Mexican, let us know. We'll get you back in here so you can taste everything that you would need. This is all about you. You're not locked into anything, so, you know, we want to make sure you're happy with everything. Okay? Well, I think it's going to be a delicious wedding, and obviously everybody's going to be super happy celebrating such an amazing couple. So, it's been my pleasure being able to take you through this, and if I don't hear from you otherwise, then I will see you on the day of your wedding. My pleasure. Okay, see you then. Thanks for watching this video.